Hello. I just got back from watching Aquaman and the Kingdom, the Lost Kingdom. What the fuck? I just finished watching Aquaman 2. Whatever the fucking title was, I completely forgot the subtitle. I think it was and the Lost Kingdom. I think. But I got back from watching it, and I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. Now, this will be a non-spoiler review, or I'm gonna lie to you bluntly here and this will be a spoiler review. I'm going to be inconsistent, so this will be a, yes, spoiler review, so we'll get into it. Now, understandable, this movie means nothing to anything anymore because the DCEU extended universe is fucking dead. So, this movie has no purpose except for just being there. It could be counted like the Batman and Joker, an Elseworld movie, but that's pretty much it. Now, Aquaman 2, I'm just going to refer to as that. Fully honest, it's not bad. Now, I didn't hate it. I actually enjoyed the fuck out of this movie. It was a very fun, comedic, enjoyable time, but it has a lot of problems. Of course, it's I think everyone knew it was going to have a lot of problems. This wasn't going to be the big hallelujah of the year. Like, this was kind of a sad way to end the year, but for what it is, I'm keeping it in a just a movie format, not comparing it to like Guardians of the Galaxy or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I'm just keeping this in its own area, like just in a movie form. I'm not comparing it. It's just going to be the movie, and it's not bad. Obviously, you're going to hear a lot of people being like, "Oh, it's better than this. It's better. Like this is better. This is better. Oh, this is shit." Compared, like, who cares? I'm just going to rank it and talk about it in its own format, and it's not bad. It's a dumb, fun, enjoyable experience that kind of like it does a pretty good job in just for what it is. Now, the movie is all over the place being they just don't give a shit to actually spend time with the movie. They want to get this over with like as fast as possible. Like we have no time. Like we can explore this, but it's like, nah, we got to do this right now. We really got to speed this on. But they do take some time, I guess, to explore relationships, like chemistry between characters, and actually have. That's actually it. Now, specifically between Aquaman and his brother, they really choose to have the time to develop them, kind of. That's where they put the most time into it because that's where the movie kind of quickly moves along. So, overall, then, this is gonna. I'm just gonna kind of like put it in a simple way. Um, the jokes in this movie was pretty good. It was okay. I mean, at the same time, though, I laugh at the most stupidest shit. I'm very easy to to be made laughed. I don't think that's proper English, but it's not hard to make me laugh. And so, a lot of the jokes here are pretty dumb and funny to my eyes. But generally, it's like okay, jokes. It's a comic book movie like Marvel and DC is. It's just a lot of goofy ass jokes. Um, the fight scenes are hard to see sometimes. A lot of just moving from fucking angles to angles. Like, oh shit, I was really hard to see anything, and that's surprising for coming from me because I usually do see the fight scenes pretty clearly. But some of them, like, just you can't really see shit, and it's just a lot of things being tossed in your eyes. Like you really can't. I can't comprehend some of the things, especially that final fight with Black Manta and Aquaman. It's kind of hard to watch. Then speaking of Black Manta, which if you saw the trailers, like Black Manta was looking pretty cool in the trailers, in my opinion. He was like, all right, that's a badass guy right there. Yeah, so he doesn't really do much in the movie, which is not surprising. Well, to me it was because I was expecting him to be the main villain. I wasn't expecting him to be a puppet or a tool, but he fucking was, which was a really shameful thing to do to a villain who barely got. I didn't get much to do in the first movie, and then kind of was wasted in this second movie. Even though it is a waste, but he was still wasted in a wasted movie. It sucked. It's really how they handled Black Manta was not nice in any way. Gorgeous costume. The costume was really really nice. The trident was fucking cool, but that's it. He didn't do much. He wasn't much. He was just there to act threatening and have a cool trident. And he did his job. If that's what they wanted, they fucking nailed it. You guys did great on that point. But then he wasn't much of anything. And he was just a puppet for this guy who I don't know his name, but he looks really fucking dumb and goofy. The first I saw of him, I just started laughing. I'm like, wow, that's I know, like I understand they're trying to get to a scary approach, like oh, but it was goofy. It was really really goofy. It wasn't much. So this other guy though, the mastermind of the Trident, he made the Trident so he could fight Atlas, the first king of Atlantis, and they were brothers, and they just got into a fallout, and it's like, okay, cool, whatever, backstory, whatever shit you want to throw at me, exposition, yay. Yeah, so then he was frozen, and anyone who grabs the Trident was like immediately brainwashed to go release him. And so I was like, okay, cool. Black Manta was a fucking puppet, and that is annoying. How you wasted he was pretty threatening at times. Well, not like threatening, but he was threatening to the film's define term of threatening, which I don't know how I'm supposed to describe this, but for what he was in, for the movie he was in, he was threatening. But just, I guess that's kind of it. He was wasted, and then he voluntarily commits Sudoku. I think that's the right word. I think that's a Japanese puzzle, which I think I said that correctly. Perfect. And then that's kind of it. Black Man was wasted. Let's move on. Next one. I'm just gonna speed this fuck up, just like the movie. Then the whole purpose of Black Manta, though, was to kind of kill Aquaman's family for letting his father die in the first movie, and that's kind of what he, I guess, almost succeeds. Almost killing Mira and almost killing his father and about to kill his child, which this now I realize he's not a very good killer. He fucking sucks at killing. Now I'm really realizing, like, this guy kind of sucks at his job, which his main job, something in my eye, his main job being, I'm gonna kill everyone, and he can't kill anyone, matter of fact. Probably a couple Atlantean soldiers, I don't really remember, but he didn't kill anybody. So that's nice. But that was his goal, and the biggest thing that people were definitely thinking was, are they going to kill a baby in this movie? And in the comics, I do believe they do kill Aquaman's son, and I thought, like, oh shit, is that what they're going to build up to? He's going to kill the child? And no, the answer is no. They don't kill his son. He failed, and Aquaman kicked his ass. Awesome. I guess next thing I can talk about is going to be Aquaman and his brother's relationship. They were pretty fun, actually. That was the best part of the movie right there for me, was just them talking to each other and having a good time, like being brothers. And there was not a lot of that conflict between them. Like, yeah, the first 5 minutes they met, yeah, there was a little bit of tension, but then after that, it's like, hey, woo, yeah, it's like, okay, happy times, jokes, haha, joke, ha, funny, ha ha ha, funny, funny. That's pretty much what they did, but it was enjoyable. It was fun. I didn't care. I'm like, that's fun for me. Moving on. So that's kind of like the whole wrap up of the movie. The plot of the film, which I think I already summarized with Black Manta section, but Black Manta wants to get revenge on Aquaman for the death of his father. Aquaman needs help. He frees his brother, and they go on a little adventure trying to find Black Manta, and they find him at this big ass volcano, which it's like, it's a little weird because the volcano is spouting green smoke. And it's not like a little bit. This smoke is fucking huge. Like, think of a volcano, a big ass island, a huge fucking island, and the volcano being practically like the size of that island. And you're telling me no one could fucking find a fucking island with green smoke? The only island with green smoke shooting out from the top. No one could find that. That's fucking amazing how no one found that. It's beautiful. But they find him at this island. They go fight him. They kind of lose, and then they find him again at Antarctica, and then the whole big showdown. happens, and then that's pretty much it for the movie. I'm gonna just simplify it like that. And yeah, that's kind of it. There wasn't a lot of like water battles happening in this Aquaman movie. A lot of the, well, I guess water did happen. I'm gonna scratch that. Water did happen. There was water fights, and it was 50-50 on land and water, and that's pretty much it. Overall, this movie was, as I probably explained it, was very. I think I shit explained it, but I think I explained it perfectly in a way. It's like, I get it. Yeah, this movie is a mess, but fun. It's a dumb, fun mess. And I think it's going to be a guilty pleasure for me to watch this movie again, and I enjoyed it. But, okay, another thing I should probably address, which I should probably set this in the beginning. Amber Heard, and yeah, elephant in the room, this woman, she's back in this movie. And I thought she was going to be in the movie for like a little bit, be here and there, a couple clips here or there, and then maybe die or kind of just go off somewhere else. No, she was actually deliberately in the movie. Like, even though she didn't have a lot to do, but she was in there in the final fight. She was kind of in there doing all her little water magic. I don't know what her powers are, but her power, she was doing the shit. Like, I don't know. She was there. Amber Heard was in this movie, interacting with Aquaman and everyone else and holding a baby. She was there. She was in the movie, which was surprising to me. I didn't think she was going to be there. There was a point where I thought she was going to die, and I'm like, alright, that's how they get her out of the movie, but she didn't die. I thought she was going to be healing for the rest of the movie after I didn't see she didn't die, but that didn't happen either. She showed up at the end, and she was in the end, so cool, I guess. I don't care, though. Don't give a shit. Because this whole thing is now dead. So, all overall, just let's, sit down at a dinner table. Let's get our utensils, whatever the fuck you eat your food with. I personally eat it with a chopstick. Not properly. I eat it like a spike. I just stab my food and I fucking hold it like whatever. Whatever the hell you can picture me holding a fucking chopstick with. That is how I'm holding it. So, I'm going to go ahead and give this movie, even though it wasn't like beautiful or like it wasn't perfect, it was fun and dumb. I think how I perfectly wrap this up, it's what Love and Thunder should have been. Because at least with this movie, it had some serious tones dropped in there, and when it needed, Aquaman was actually serious and trying to actually defend people. Unlike, Love and Thunder, where Thor was practically just joking around all fucking, even during fight scenes. At least in this movie, there was some actual serious tones in there, and it was actually, it should have been what Love and Thunder should have, Love and Thunder should have been the Lost Kingdom. That's how it should have been. Like, this is the perfect way. If you wanted to have, right there, that little shit thing. If you wanted to at least have a fun comedy movie, it should have been like The Lost Kingdom. So that's how it perfectly is said. This is DC's Love and Thunder, and they did a pretty good job at if they wanted to make a comedy movie. And so, yeah, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a little, dinner meal here. I'm going to go ahead and say this movie's going to get a 6.2 out of 10 chicken burgers. Now, it's a little high, but I enjoyed the dumb, fun comedy in it. And again, I'm probably going to have to say it's a guilty pleasure for me. I didn't hate the movie, and I came out actually saying, like, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It was perfect. What it was meant to be. A fun, comedy, dumb, fun film. So, that's all I have for you tonight. Goodbye.